Language is a powerful weapon. In the hands of a capable writer, it can change the way we speak and even think. While most cartoons relied on classic catchphrases like "What's up, Doc?", "Zoinks", "Yabba dabba doo", and many others, there is only one show that expanded the English dictionary unlike anything we have ever seen before or since. Oh yeah, The Simpsons. In the early to late 1990s, the show was everywhere, and in fact, it has never left. You can still catch the latest episodes on Fox, and it has already been renewed for its 30th season. But in the 1990s, the show was at its peak, satirizing American culture, society, television, and even the human condition. With all-star writers like Al Jean, Mike Reiss, Jay Kogan, Jeff Martin, Conan O'Brien, and many others, the show was experiencing its golden age. With those kind of talents, even our show can enter a golden age. The most fascinating contribution gifted upon us from the Oh Holy Simpsons is the way we speak, which isn't just limited to catchphrases, but also idioms and allusions while popularizing and sometimes inventing new words. Like Boost-a-Vazoo. If I don't use Boost-a-Vazoo at least 7 times a day, people start asking if I'm okay. Now later, with the help of merchandising, even those who weren't familiar with the show were exposed to The Simpsons' famous lines. Almost every character in Springfield had something memorable to say. Not convinced, you say? Well, cue the montage.
Oh, excellent.
Seymour!
Dokily dokily.
Ay, caramba!
Skinner! Hey, hey, hey!
If anyone wants me, I'll be in my room.
In Season 5, the show even mocks its own catchphrase-based humor in an episode titled Bart Gets Famous, when Bart briefly gets famous for saying,
I didn't do it.
The writers wanted a lousy phrase to point out how really crummy things can become really popular. Pet rocks, anyone? Ha! Lame! But friend rocks. That's where it's at. Now, the show did not shy away from inventing new words for the sake of comedy. This reminds me of another famous person who liked to invent words. Ah yes, him, William Shakespeare. In his lifetime, he invented over 2,000 never-before-seen words. Some were loan words from foreign languages, compound words from existing English terms, nouns turned into verbs, and even creatively applied prefixes. His contributions included arch-villain, assassin, bedazzled, belongings, eventful, eyeball, uncomfortable, fashionable, cold-blooded, disheartened, and even swagger. Similarly, The Simpsons used to combine different words to make up new ones all the time, like fatard, chocotastic, tobacco, and craptacular. Actually, the use of craptacular existed prior to the airing of the episode, but we can't deny that The Simpsons definitely popularized the word. In fact, the show popularized many other words that existed prior, like Embiggen, yoink, and my father's favorite word to use whenever I brought home a piece of art from school for the fridge. Meh. Now, in the case of meh, the word has Yiddish origins. In Alexander Harkavy's Yiddish-English-Hebrew dictionary, the word is treated as a bleeding sound. John Swartzwelder, one of the writers for The Simpsons, did recall when he first came across meh, saying, I had originally heard the word from an advertising writer named Howie Krakow back in 1970 or 1971, who insisted it was the funniest word in the world. But what about Dan Castellaneta claims that Homer Simpson's signature dough was based on the phrase that James Finlayson uttered in his many Laurel and Hardy films. However, James pronounced it in a more elongated and whining tone, while Homer uses it more as an annoying grunt. Upon further investigation, I found that actress Diana Morrison used dough in the mid-1940s BBC series It's That Man Again. She would exclaim dough to vent about her frustration dealing with her boss. Now, while most people would say The Simpsons' popularity has come and gone, it is most cromulent to assume that the show had an unmatched impact on how we communicate to this very day. So what do you think, Jeffrey? How was today's Art in Motion?
Worst episode ever.
So what do you guys think? Do you think The Simpsons needs to hang it up, or do the people who say that need some serious Boost-a-Vazoo? Let me know in the comments along with one of your favorite Simpsons quotes. And after that, you might want to think about hitting that like button and subscribing if you have not already. And after that, if you deem us worthy, We'd love for you to consider checking out our Patreon and even our sweet, sweet merch. Links are in the description.